If you could introduce yourself and tell us where you work.
Sure, my name is MyriamCasillas. I work at the Texas Tech University Health Sciences Center, Paul L. Foster School of Medicine, that's a mouthful, here in El Paso.
And what is your job title and job description?
Well, I currently wear two hats for the division. I am the director of the Division of Epidemiology and Biostatistics, and I'm also a research associate in the same division. So as director, I pretty much manage the day-to-day activities. I do budget preparation, I oversee personnel matters, we do grant renewals and submissions, things like that. And as research associate, I actually get to work with the faculty on any projects that they may have that relate to health promotion.
And can you provide a specific example of a project that you've worked on recently and take us through that project
Sure.
and what you do?
Sure. So I'm currently working on a project with a physician in family medicine. She is evaluating the Weight Watchers program on campus that we have. So I helped her develop the survey that we used pre and post. And so right now we're looking at all of the responses to that survey and looking to see if it worked for people.
And is the survey mainly about how much weight they lost and whatnot, or does it address any theoretical constructs? Or?
Well, it's funny because we only had a day to develop the survey because we had to get IRB approval and all of that. So it's mainly open-ended questions, so it's very qualitative in nature. But we also did capture their weight at the beginning and at the end. So no, it's not actually theoretically based. We did ask a question about the stage of change that they were in, but that's about it.
Okay. And in your practice, which responsibility area or areas do you practice the most?
Well, I am actually more, I'm well versed in the research aspect, and so that would relate to the conducting evaluation and research related to health education. I am branching out into the other responsibilities. Actually, we've created a campus health initiative on campus. Apparently they've had this before over the years and it always flops, there's no interest, and so I actually want to revive it and get people thinking about wellness in the workplace. And so I really want to do all the other responsibilities, you know, plan and implement and everything else that goes along with it.
And what do you think the key to a successful worksite wellness program is?
Oh, people just have to want to do it. We really need to get the employees engaged in it. And so right now we're really trying to determine the best way to do that. We've done a needs assessment with the employees. That was our very first step. And people did not hold back. They came to us with so many suggestions, so many reasons why they think it hasn't worked before. So that's really great to be able to build on that and create something good for them.
And will this be for both employees of Texas Tech and University Hospital?
Right now, I think we're just looking at staff at the Health Sciences Center,
Okay.
so we'll see. I'm not really sure if UMC has their own, but that would be a good question to ask.
Okay. Can you describe your educational background from your undergraduate years to what you're currently doing?
Sure. Let me go back. So I received my Bachelor's of Science in Health Sciences here at UTEP in 2002. I then went on to get an MPH across the street at the UT School of Public Health. And I'm actually continuing my education. I'm almost finished with my doctorate degree in public health as well. So I actually have to take my qualifying exams this summer.
So you have a Bachelor of Science degree, an MPH, and you will have a DRPH.
Yes.
That's wonderful. What are some of the challenges of your job?
Well, for me personally, I actually get caught up in all of the administrative and the managerial aspects because that takes up a lot of my day. So it's really hard for me to focus on the health education aspect of it. I really have to make time for that. And as I said, we've actually become very involved in the campus health initiative. So I'm determined to see this through. I'm determined to create something for the employees and make it work for as many people as possible. So for me, the challenge is to focus on that, to find time throughout the day to focus on the health education aspect of my job.
And what are some of the rewards of your job, conversely?
Well, in talking with the employees at work the past few months, I actually have a really good feeling about it because people have come up to me. They know that I'm the one that's trying to get this started on campus. They come up to me and thank me and they say, "Oh, thank you so much. We really have been wanting this, you know, for years, and so I really hope it works out this time." And for them to come up to me and thank me for my efforts, you know, which really, I mean, that's part of my job. So I want to do it to the best of my ability. And so to me, that's a very big reward.
And you said, are you CHES certified?
I am.
And can you explain, I guess, as of today, your recent certification?
Oh, today's April 1st.
Today's April 1st.
Thanks for reminding me. So yes, I actually received my CHES certification the semester that I graduated from my undergrad, I believe, which I'm really, really glad that I did. I would suggest that students do that while they're in school at the very, very end, because it's helped me so much. You know, I really am proud to have that designation. And now to have an advanced level certification added to my name is actually, you know, the icing on the
So
cake.
you went from CHES to MCHES, and MCHES stands for?
Master Certified Health
So
Education.
it's a higher
Yes.
level of certification.
Mhm.
And you said it's helped you a lot. How so?
Well, I think I've met a lot of people that actually know what it is, first of all, which I think is great, because people see it and think, what is that? Is that a master's degree? And so, you know, I explain to them what it is. And I've met a lot of people that actually have that same designation, which I think is great. And so we're able to come together as, you know, health education specialists and really kind of bounce ideas off of each other, which I think is great. I've met a few people in the community that are also CHES, and so we sit and talk about what we've done, and we can implement a lot of those same ideas at the workplaces. And so people at work find out what it is, people that aren't familiar with the health education field, and they think, oh, that's great that you have that. You know, that way you know that you are actually, you know, well versed in this topic. So I think that's really neat.
Wonderful. Now, in your experience, because I know you work with a wide range of folks, in terms of salary range for an entry-level health education specialist and an advanced health education specialist, what is your experience in terms of what those salary ranges are?
Well, I can't really speak to other organizations in the city, but I know at Texas Tech, for a health educator, the range is from $28,000 to $43,000, and that's, you know, entry level. I'm not sure that we have an advanced level health educator. We do have a research associate position, and that actually pays much more. But you do need a master's degree and 1 year of experience for that.
Okay, and what's the range for that one?
Oh, well, there's actually not an upper bound, but I believe it starts from 40 on, and really depending on your experience and your level of education.
Okay. And what is your advice to those future health education specialists out there?
Let's see. What do I wish people would have told me? I ask myself that same question actually a lot. But I think if you really have a passion, you know, to work with the community to improve the health of people around you, you're in the right place. I think it's great. You know, you shouldn't have second thoughts about that. However, I think people should know that it's not necessarily a very lucrative field, you know, and so it's important for them to know that going into the field. But I think the biggest thing I would say is to stay close to your advisors. You know, they know a lot of people in the community, a lot of potential employers, and so, you know, they're really great resources for you. You really should keep those connections. In that same vein, people in the field that you've worked with before, people that you meet at a conference, you really should network and keep those connections because they will help you more than you know. At least for me, ever since I graduated, I think every job that I've had is because someone really recognized, you know, all the hard work that I did in school, and that has really carried me throughout this past decade, as we found out that I've been out of school for a decade.
Very good. And a more broad question, what are future challenges and directions for the health education profession in terms of training and evaluation based on your experience in working in a border community?
Wow, I think there's so many. I've heard a lot of, I know a lot of people are focusing on diabetes and overweight. I mean, it's become a real problem. Health disparities is also, you know, sort of a catch-all topic that people are really interested in. But I think going back to the MCHES credential, I really think that it's important to have this advanced level certification for people, you know, to be able to set apart those that actually engage in advanced level activities in health education. I think it sets the bar higher for health education in general, and I think that can never be a bad thing. That's a very good thing. Just for people to continue to, you know, learn more about what's out there, the different health problems, and find ways to, I don't know, come up with programs and do more research about what's needed. Use evidence-based programs also in that, you know, on that same vein. So there's too much, I think, to cover in one question, but I think for the most part, I would say those are the main things that I think.
And Miriam, just to brag on you a little, you were one of our top students in our department. And would you like to talk about the high accolade you received when you graduated?
Oh gosh.
Not to embarrass you.
No, I'm not embarrassed. It's actually an honor for me to talk about it. I was actually selected as a top 10 senior back in, let's see, I graduated in December of 2002, so 2003 in the spring is when I was honored, along with 9 other, very talented individuals at the school. And I thank you for telling me about it, first of all, and to, I don't know if you actually nominated me or somebody told me about it. But either way, I actually was really, really proud of that. I still, think about it, and it makes me feel really good, because I worked so hard in school, and it really paid off, and it has up to now, and I know it will continue to.
Well, thank you, Miriam. We're very proud of you, and we appreciate all you do for our community.